Ooh, I just got goosebumps there at the very end of that song. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Molly, and in this video I'm going to be listening to the EP Sap from the band Alice in Chains. Now, I've done reactions to the first two studio albums by Alice in Chains, Dirt and Facelift. Loved both of them, and a lot of you keep telling me in the comments that I definitely need to check out their EPs Sap and Jar of Flies. Now, this one, Sap, was released in 1992, so after Facelift but before Dirt, and I just want to see what it sounds like, and you all have been telling me that these are must-listens in Alice in Chains discography. So yeah, I figured I'd do a little reaction video to Sap and just see what I'm going to think of this EP. Alright, so starting off with the first track on Sap, we have track 1, which is called Brother. We've got like a really nice acoustic sound to this one, like a really warm, rich sounding acoustic guitar, and then some tambourine too. There's almost like a watery distortion to the vocals. There's like a really relaxing tempo to this song, kind of this really gentle back and forth sound. And then I like the background vocals too, like the second set of vocals that come in here. Well, that was track 1 off of Sap, Brother. I really enjoyed what they were doing with the vocals, especially on that one. There was that watery distortion, and then they added on the secondary female vocals too that would come in from time to time, and it just kind of almost elevated that song a little bit out of that wateriness on the choruses. Very relaxing and very heavily acoustic. I'm wondering if we're going to kind of continue with that trend on the rest of these songs on Sap. Maybe this is more of an acoustic leaning EP. But moving on to track 2, we have Got Me Wrong. This one has a fun little groove to it, I've got to say. Even though it's still kind of got those acoustic tones, this one's got a little bit more of a punchiness to it. Yeah, this song is really doing a great job of going back and forth on kind of these fun, groovy little verses, and then the chorus, it just brings a lot more power to its sound. See how it immediately returns to this little groovy pocket here? That was track 2, Got Me Wrong. I really enjoyed that one. It was just a fun little song to listen to. It had a great rhythm to it. I could really easily pick up on the instrumentals. I loved the percussion on that one, and then combined with the acoustic guitar, it just was a great fusion of kind of a more stripped back song, but they somehow infused a lot of power and kind of a fun grooviness on it at the same time. And again, I loved the vocals on that track as well. Very different from the first song. On that second one, Got Me Wrong, they definitely had more of that almost twangy quality that Lane really brings to his voice, and I was definitely enjoying that on track 2. Alright, up next is track 3, which is called Right Turn. Inside, always trying to get back. I'm out as low as I can get. There's a really big sound to this song, even though it's just the vocals and the acoustic guitar and the tambourine. Somehow they've managed to make it sound really expansive. I love the twanginess of that guitar. Okay, now we've got some more vocalists coming in here at the end. That was track 3, Right Turn. Definitely an unexpected ending with all of those vocalists coming in. I don't know if those were like the other members of the band or if there's a featured like guest vocalist on that one. A lot of power to that song. Just really fantastic how they somehow managed to elicit such a strong sound using very, very minimal techniques and instrumentation. I thought that was really impressive on that song. But I'm going to move right along to track 4, which is called Am I Inside? Okay, this one's got some piano now that they're fusing on. Again, this is such a gentle song. It has like this delicateness to its sound because it's so acoustic and pulled in. But then there's this sort of echoiness it's got that just conjures up this image in my head of like him singing in a really wide open space, and it gives it this really big, immense sound at the same time. Feels to be free. All right, and again, we have another vocalist coming in here. Even that percussion, there's a sort of ambience to it, like this echoiness. I love it. Ooh, I just got goosebumps there at the very end of that song. But that was track 4, Am I Inside? That one was really, really gorgeous to listen to. Yet again, very kind of subdued and pulled in with its sound. Like even his voice, I know how powerfully Layne can deliver on his vocals on other tracks I've heard from Alice in Chains, and that one he was just keeping it very pulled in. It worked really well though in the context of the song. Just kind of a somberness to that one a little bit. Almost a song of like self-reflection and contemplation more than power and aggression, if that makes sense. All right, moving on to the final song on SAP, we have track 5, which is called Love Song, and this one is actually a hidden track. It's not on Spotify, but I managed to find it elsewhere, so I'm going to check this one out and see how SAP is going to conclude. All right, this one's off to a weird start. All right, this one I think is just pure insanity. It has like a very clownish kind of carnival sound to it. I really like the occasional bursts of piano they throw on this one. Alright, and now they've got some vocals going on that kind of have this ghostly sound to them. Alright, well that was track 5, Love Song. That was a pretty crazy ending to that album. It sounded to me like it was just the band just kind of throwing a bunch of sounds on one track. They had some vocal distortion going on and just kind of like a carnival funhouse sound to that one. It just was like a lot of maniacal, crazy stuff that they just threw on one track, and it definitely made for a unique ending, that's for sure. Alright, well that does it for my reaction to SAP, the EP from the band Alice in Chains. This whole project was really, really great to listen to, and I'm glad all of you kept telling me in the comments that I had to check this one out. And it definitely was interesting to hear a more acoustic, softer side to Alice in Chains. I really enjoyed it. You can really appreciate the instrumental instrumentals and kind of when they strip back their sound a little bit, there's kind of a gentleness to their music that I really enjoyed on the EP. I think if I had to pick a favorite track, it's probably track 4, Am I Inside? That one was just absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. But I am definitely excited now to hear Jar of Flies, another EP that you all keep telling me to listen to. I will probably do that one next before I continue on with the rest of their studio albums. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'll try and get a reaction to Jar of Flies up as soon as I can. But yeah, as usual, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.